Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra. I recently moved from the UAE to Thailand and I currently work as an English teacher in a middle school in a small town about 120 kilometers from Bangkok. And in this vlog, I'm talking about my everyday experiences of living and working in Thailand. You probably already have checked my other two videos about my recent vacation in Krabi. If you haven't, go check them out and then leave me a note in the comment section below what you think about it. But today I want to talk about one seemingly unimportant but somehow turned out to be very important thing for me when I moved to Thailand. And this thing is payment. How can you pay for products and services here in Thailand? Well, that's easy. You just go and you pay. Well, yeah, it is easy. But the thing is that I've spent my last 11 years in the UAE and the system there is pretty much based on card payments, whether it's a debit card or a credit card. And that country also adopted Apple Pay, Google Pay, Alipay. So any kind of pays, which means you don't even need the card in many situations. So it was really convenient. And when I moved in here, the first thing I noticed that I need to deal with the cash payments a lot. So cash. The ratio, current rate of Thai baht, which is the currency here in Thailand, is approximately $1 to 3.5 baht, which gives you around 3,530 baht per every $100. Now, it doesn't tell you anything, and it's probably a topic for another video, how expensive or how affordable things are here in Thailand. Because today I'm going to be only focusing on the payment methods, but if you want to see that, let me know in the comment section as well. So, cash. The first thing I want to tell you is it's pretty much acceptable everywhere. So you don't need to worry whether you are going to have any problems if you have a lot of cash. No, you won't. Keep in mind, have at least $200-300 converted into the local currency if you want to have no issues and you want to deal with cash mostly, okay? Now, the current rate changes, and my suggestion, when you come to Thailand, don't change more than $100 in the airport. Just change the minimum as much as you need to transfer yourself from the airport to the place where you're going to stay, because in the cities, the rate is way higher. So that's the cash. Cash is acceptable everywhere. It's easy to deal with. Try to split big notes in smaller ones, like everywhere, and that's all the tips I can give you about the cash. Now let's talk about the card payments. Are you going to be fine if you don't want to deal with cash and you only have cards? Well, yes and no. If you're planning to stay, let's say in Bangkok, probably yes, but not 100%, because there are lots of ways of buying stuff or paying for services, let's say person to person. And then in this case, that person might not have the payment system for your card to work. So keep in mind, cash is necessary if you are a tourist here. 100%, please have some cash on you. Otherwise, if you are shopping in the shopping centers, if you're shopping in 7-Eleven or Big C, these are the supermarket chains that are widely spread in here in Thailand. All the cards except probably Maestro are accepted. So you don't need to worry about that. So if you are a person who shops mostly in the shopping centers or the shops, you're not buying the services or products from a person directly, you probably won't need to deal with cash unless you are taking a taxi. Keep in mind, you still need some cash. So that's about the cards. Now, extenuation of the card is Apple Pay, Google Pay, Alipay. Well, as a heavily involved into the Apple ecosystem person, I use Apple Pay. I never had a Samsung Pay or any other forms of pay, at least until I came here in Thailand. I'm going to talk about it a bit later. So Apple Pay. Apple Pay works 100% of the time. It does work. So you don't need to worry if your card is accepted into the Apple Pay ecosystem. It works in Thailand. And if the place where you're shopping accepts the cards, most of those machines also accept Apple Pay. And now is the time to talk about something that has to do with people who live here rather than tourists. So when I came here, I couldn't widely use my card from the UAE because I'm trying to move away from what I have left in the UAE. I'm trying to move here completely 100%. So I was kinda cut off the payment system of the card. So I utilized all the money I had on my previous card from the UAE using the Apple Pay. That's why I know that it works in here. But then I was mainly dealing with cash, which is not an ideal situation for me, because again, if you live in the UAE, most of the time you pay by card or you pay by Apple Pay, and you don't need to deal with cash that much. And I was heavily exposed for the first couple of months to cash payments, which is completely fine, especially taking the fact that I live here in a small town. So the cash payments are like 80% of all the payments. What are the other 20%, you'll ask me? Well, this is something interesting that I discovered when I came here. And this is, I guess, even more widely spread in terms of paying for services and products to small entities like person to person or in the small shops. The big shops also adopted that system, but you probably won't notice if you are a tourist because you're going to be able to pay by card. But if you live here and you need to pay by cash every now and then, so you need to have a lot of cash in your hands, and it's not really convenient. And that's why I actually prefer to pay by card. So I was like looking for the ways of putting myself into that system of card payment, but I couldn't. So this is another topic for another video, why you can't get the card on your name immediately, even if you work here. About 2.5 months into my life in Thailand, thanks to one of my colleagues, thanks to her kindness, I kind of got a card. It wasn't on my name, it was on her name, and that's why I was able to get the card because of multiple reasons. But anyway, I got the card. So why I was looking for the ways to get that card in my hands, it wasn't actually about the card payments. Funny enough, those big places like shopping centers or even 7-Eleven or Big C or any other places where the card payments are accepted, the card payment doesn't work for me 100% of the time, which I would expect. And that's what kind of everybody expects. You get the card, you go to the shop, they have the card payment machine, and then you tap or you insert the card, you probably put the PIN code and everything, and it works. It doesn't work 100% of the time. So why was I so eager to get the card? Well, because with the card from the bank, you also get the bank application for online payments. Well, online payments means like transfers, paying for the stuff. And in Thailand, I can tell you, this thing, online payment thing, is developed way more and way further than in the UAE. What they did, they developed something that is called prompt pay. So what is that? Every single merchant and even a person, let's say if you want to transfer the funds, you can obtain a QR code that is going to be on your name. And that QR code will be connected to your bank account. As a customer, on my bank application, I have a way of scanning that QR code that will connect my bank account to their bank account. And then I can transfer the funds for the product or their services. So this again is called prompt pay. It's available only for those who live in here, work in here. So basically you are either a local person or you're a resident with legal documents and with a bank account and the bank card and the bank application, obviously. So in this way, it's way more convenient even than the card payment, just your phone and the bank application. Then you scan the code, you put amount of money that you want to pay for the service or the product, you press confirm, the money is gone, the receiving of the money is immediate, the person sees on the other end literally seconds away, and you are done with payment. So this is how convenient it is. But again, it took me a while to be able to use that payment system, so I kind of had to suffer with the cash. So keep that in mind. If you are trying to move to Thailand, that's the most convenient way of payment here in Thailand for 2023. And now it's very connected to the previous way, which is the prompt pay, is the bank transfer. So in this country, it's highly developed that you can literally transfer the money to anybody. And all you need is the bank account and the bank application. So the online payment application. You are not going to use the QR code because there is a way to transfer the money, number one, to the bank account, to any bank that is registered in Thailand, or to the phone number. So you basically, through that application, you can transfer the money to anybody who has a local number and a local card. Keep in mind, I made that mistake. My colleague tried to transfer me money onto my phone number, because when you come to Thailand, you can obtain the phone number, the Thai phone number, which is the first thing you need to get. And if you're interested to get to know what kind of things you might need when you get in Thailand, tell me in the comment section and I'll let you know what are those things that I got or I didn't get, but I realized that I really needed to get when I got in Thailand. So she transferred the money. The only thing we didn't take into our attention is that I didn't have a bank account at the time that was connected to my phone number. So the money was literally hung in the air. So she had to contact the bank to get her money transferred back to her account, because the money didn't go anywhere. The money was just hung. So that's the thing about the bank transfers, and it works 100% of the time if you meet these criteria. And the last thing I want to talk about has really not much to do with the payment as it is, but it's about payment in general. So as I already mentioned, my colleague helped me get my very first Thai account and Thai card. And this has to do with trust. So when you're in Thailand, you need to start building connections with people you can trust, because these people, especially if they've been here in the country for quite a while, they might actually give you a ton of very helpful advice. They can support you in the time of need, and they can help you with many things. So this is number one. Then another thing is building the connection and building the trust bases with the people around you. Literally everybody you see around you. And living in a small town as I live now, it actually gives you plenty of opportunities, because people in small town, they are more open to communication with you on a constant basis, because you meet them literally every day. You buy from them, you pass by them, you get services from them. So basically they know you, at least they know who you are, because if you look like me, even if they don't know who you are, but they see you every day, they realize, oh, this person probably lives in here. So they start noticing you. So how do you build that trust? Well, tip number one, smile to literally everybody and say hi to literally everybody. People here are way more open to say hi back to you, even if they've never seen you before in your life, and there is no judgment. They are very smiley people. This is literally called the land of the smile. And in a small town like this is crucial, because if you start seeing people on a daily basis and you say hi to them, even if you don't know them. So you say hi once, you're friendly to them, they're friendly to you. But then they see you second time, third time, then they see you on a daily basis, and you might get a ton of bonuses out of these connections, even if you don't talk to the people, even if you just say hi to them, even if you just smile to them, that will give you a huge bonus, which I experienced in my life. And if you're interested what kind of situations I got in, and I got really big help from local people, just because literally I said hi to them. I didn't know these people, they didn't know me, but I just was saying hi to them on a daily basis, and I got help. I got this, I got that, and it all has happened within the past 6 months. It's literally taken days. Nowadays, everything is fast. So keep that in mind. So please use trust as one of your payment systems in here in Thailand, especially if you are planning to stay here, because that is sometimes more valuable rather than money itself. Yeah, people love money, but if that money is supported by your personality and your kindness and your openness, then you're gonna get so much more than just paying and going. These are the 5 ways of paying in Thailand. I hope you got some really interesting tips for you in there. I hope you actually will have some questions for me. So if you do, put them in the comment section. And if you have any other topics you're interested in and you want to know what life in Thailand kind of has, what experiences I have, again, put them in the comment section below. I will be glad to cover those topics. But this is it for today. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next videos. Bye-bye.